Doug MPA back with another video. So we are revisiting the subject of what happens when a wife out earns her husband. This article is called Wives Who Make More Than Their Husbands Should Take Note. When wives make more than their husbands, the husbands are more likely to cheat and the couples are more likely to face divorce. Two divorce experts weigh in on why. So this article is written by a woman, and the two divorce experts are women. So there's going to be heavy bias in here, but it's good to understand the other side, guys. It is good to understand the other side. So before we get into this, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. It shows you support me and what I'm doing over here. And let's get into this article. Well, before we do that, Doug MPA's stance on it, guys, don't put yourself in a position where you can pay 100% of the bills. Get your trade when you're young, go to college. Don't move in with a woman. Don't have a woman make more than you. Don't take that chance. Because women reserve the right to change their minds at any time and start resenting you at any time. And there's just a victimhood narrative to support any decision change they make. Okay? Don't put yourself in a position where your girl makes more than you. It's just stress, and it's going to lead to ruin. Okay? Just putting that out there. The article starts, when a wife makes more than her husband, marriages struggle. And that's true. Many relationships that do not conform to the traditional norm of the man playing the role of provider do not fare well, with those marriages being 50% more likely to end in divorce, according to a University of Chicago study. And guys, that's the divorce rate is about 53% in the United States. So you're 50% more likely on top of 50% to get divorced if your wife earns more money than you. Okay? Don't get in a relationship or a marriage where your girl earns more than you guys. It's nothing but a setup for disaster. The study points to several reasons, including tensions between the partner due to a combination of societal expectations of men and deep-seated ideas about gender roles leading to arguments. And let's also put the fact that it's funny how women always talk about, I don't want to be financially dependent on a man because he's going to control me. But then women will do the same thing to a man, and even worse, because men try to stay logical. Women will, if a woman supports you, you are a slave to her emotions and how she feels all the time, and that's a rough life, guys. However, the number of women out earning their partners is increasing. According to the Pew Research Center, only 3.8% of wives earned more than their husbands back in 1960, but a 2020 Ameritrade survey found the number of female breadwinners has jumped to 21%. More than a quarter of wives report that they make as much as their husbands. You see what they're doing there? More than a quarter of wives report that they make as much as their husbands, but how many make more than their husbands? I know that I saw a stat the other day that 70% of households in the United States, the male is the main breadwinner, like makes significantly more than his wife. And then, the other 30% is, the people that make the same or a little more or like a little less, and then the woman significantly out earns the man. Breadwinning women are critical to many family financial well-being, especially during and after the pandemic, and with inflation soaring to levels not seen in decades. The high cost of essential items such as groceries, gas, and housing are putting a strain on many family budgets, causing men and women to look for ways to earn more money. And more women are stepping up to the plate, because yay, man. Cheating when a wife makes more than her husband. Studies also show that when a wife out-earns her husband, he is more likely to cheat. In fact, about 15% of the men in a study by the American Sociological Review who were 100% financially dependent on their wives had affairs. That's 3 times higher than high-earning wives who had the lowest cheating rates of any population. According to the report, about 9% of women in the study had affairs, but among wives who earned a high paycheck, only 5% cheated. What does Kevin Samuels say? Men cheat for femininity more than anything else. If your wife is a ball-busting, awful person who freaking emasculates you and treats you like trash, you're going to find femininity somewhere. And a lot of these guys, they stay for their kids too. I'm not saying cheating is right. I don't condone cheating. But you have to ask why he's cheated and what she did to make him cheat. Okay? It says, in a society that defines men's identity in terms of career and earning power, financial dependence may feel particularly threatening, resulting in relationship sabotaging behavior. Cheating may be a subliminal way to bolster his self-esteem or reestablish his sense of masculinity. See, there it is. He cheats for femininity. The American Psychological Association found that often men's self-esteem is reduced when their romantic partner is more successful, whereas women's self-esteem is not affected by their partner's success. While infidelity is not necessarily a death sentence for a marriage, it is the most often reported reason for a split. That is not true. It is financial reasons is number one. Irreconcilable differences is number two. And then infidelity is number three. So that is wrong. I can tell you that right now. It's not exactly logical, according to Alexandra Shepis, a certified divorce financial analyst. A certified divorce financial analyst? What is that? What? Who provides financial advice to many breadwinning women. If you're financially dependent on your spouse, you probably should not cheat on them, but rarely do finances dictate matters at the heart. In addition, Sherpas warns that a divorce for women who make more than their husbands can be especially painful, as the law dictates that she pays spousal support to him if her earnings are significantly higher. And that's called equality, gentlemen. Okay? If a woman wants to be the breadwinner and she gets divorced, she's paying alimony and child support just like a man would do. Welcome to feminism. Welcome to equality, ladies. We saw a couple of high-profile examples. Kelly Clarkson, Adele. And I'm all for it, guys. Every time I see one of those cases, I do one of those, movie claps, the movie slow claps. It says, this could be especially tough pill to swallow for a woman whose husband had an affair while she spent long hours at the office working to provide for him. Female breadwinners still do most of the housework. Elisa Zederman, a divorce attorney and managing partner for often represents the breadwinner female spouse. According to Zederman, many of these women are high-powered executives who not only support their family but also care for their children. Notwithstanding that they are earning a substantial income, these women will manage to run the household, including but not limited to sourcing the children's providers, arranging for childcare, making play dates, attending school functions, and making sure that there is a family meal and bedtime routine. And why do these women do this? A lot of these high-powered women are control freaks, okay? And they want to do everything themselves. Odds are the guy tried to do this type of stuff, but the woman is such a control freak that she feels obligated to do her breadwinner duties and do the parenting. Okay, women have this weird connection to parenting, like they can just do it better than men all the time, and a lot of their husbands who make less are like, look, like I'm tired of arguing with you about doing things your way. Well, then she just says, well, I'll just do it then. So you want everything your way. If you want everything your way, you have to do it. Or you have to accept the way that your husband does it. And a lot of women aren't willing to accept the way that their husband's doing it and see that their husband is doing it in a way that's less than or of less quality. And men, we are more likely to just like, look, I'm tired of hearing you complain about it. You do it. And then these women complain about it. New research by UCL Institute of Epidemiology and Healthcare found that while more and more women are entering the workforce, imbalances in responsibility for household duties remain, even when women are the breadwinners for the family. The average female breadwinner spends an extra 7.5 hours each week on household responsibilities on top of her already demanding job. This is the equivalent of a full workday that she spends cooking, cleaning, and making sure that the kids have everything they need. On the other hand, male breadwinners are twice as likely to not do any domestic tasks at all. And why is that? Because men work longer hours, more stressful jobs, work more dangerous jobs, more physically laborious jobs. Okay? If you're a man and you've been a long haul trucker or something like that, or you're on a road crew, you don't want to work 10 hours and then come home tired and have to do housework. No. Okay. The more the wife earns, the harder she works at home. we pretty much already went over that. When marriages with a female breadwinner break down, well, in some marriages where there is no affair, the breadwinning woman may still feel as if she's not supported enough, deepening conflicts and causing resentment that can escalate into arguing and ultimately divorce. Moreover, as set forth above, breadwinning women often end up doing a disproportionate amount of housework. As with any issue, couples need to be willing and able to be honest and discuss the realities of the woman being the primary breadwinner, says Betty Cohan, psychotherapist and sex therapist and author. Issues including the division of labor on day-to-day tasks, including childcare, compromise, blah, blah, blah. Tips for helping to maintain a happy marriage. On the financial front, successful marriages have regular open communication about finances. This is especially important when gender earning norms are reversed. Shepard advises couples to plan a financial date night and craft a financial plan that considers their goals. Large gaps in income can cause tension in the relationship, and if money is a taboo subject, the odds will be stacked against you. On the other hand, getting on the same page financially and working together towards your shared dream is one of the most important ways to strengthen your relationship and ensure you're happily ever after. I'm going to repeat what I said at the beginning of this video. Guys, don't be in a position where your girl earns more than you. Don't do it. Women reserve the right to change their mind about this aspect anytime. A guy will support a woman his entire life and not complain. But a woman, she'll just wake up one day, 35, 37, 38, 39, 40, when she starts getting health issues from all the stress of her high stress job that men don't normally get. Or when a child is born and she'll start resenting you. She'll feel like you're not doing enough. Feel like life isn't fair, and you'll have to suffer, and there's nothing you can do about changing that feeling. Avoid this altogether. If you have been in a situation where your girl earns more than you, put your story down below. I'd really appreciate it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one.